Hi everyone and welcome to today's tutor tip. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about one strategy we can use to break up instruction, review, and have fun with our learner. And sometimes this can be a challenge to think of things to do because we only have one other person to engage with. Whereas when you're in a class, you can play a review game, do teams, do pair work, and break up instruction in those ways. But we can easily convert a simple board game to a fun review game. So whether you have a game of Sorry at home, or you can find a blank template like this one on the internet, or you can even create your own from a blank piece of paper. And all you need is some kind of marker, maybe bobby pins, a mint from the front desk, coins, something to mark your place, and then a die or a set of playing cards. So you can have your learner go first, and they can roll their die or draw a playing card and move that number. And then in order to keep their spot, you can ask them a question. So let's use the example of a reading passage or a story that you've just recently finished. So maybe you ask them a question from the story. If they answer it correctly, then they get to stay in their place. And then you switch turns with them and give them a turn to ask you a question. You can also give yourself a handicap, like you only get to go half as many spaces, something like that, so that it's a little more fair for them. Or you could also do this to review vocabulary. If you put vocabulary words in the blank spaces, then if the learner lands on a word, they have to tell you the meaning, they have to use it in a sentence, they have to say synonyms or antonyms, or they have to say how many syllables it has or where the stressed part of the word is. So really you can adapt this in endless ways to whatever you're working on with your learner. But just using a basic board game as your template, you can do some fun review activities and break up instruction in a way that's more interesting for the learner and for you too. So I hope that you can be really creative and think of all the different ways that you could adapt this for your situation, whether it's math or ESL or ABE. I think this can be a really useful tool. So I hope this helps you, and thanks for listening to today's tutor tip.